Hey guys, what's up? This is Napoleonic Gaming, and today I'm going to be casting a very interesting game between Panzer Elite and USA on Langres. Up north we have Dexon, very well known, very good top tier US player at the moment. And down south we have an unknown P player with the name 277639898. For the rest of the match, I'm just going to address him as player 277. So without further ado, let's get into it and see what we have in store. Alright, so up north, let's see what our friend Dexon's going to be doing. He's going to opt for just 2 engineer opening, which I think is fine. For P, usually players like to go triple engineer or just double engineer, follow it up with a rifle squad, then a jeep. Dexon is a pretty big fan of this build order, so this is good. Meanwhile, down south, 2 Panzer Grenadiers, very standard build order against USA. Most of the time, there's 2 options. P players can either opt for the 2 Panzer Grenadiers followed by an extra Kettenkrad. The Kettenkrad would be the 3rd unit queued up here. Or they could opt for just more Panzer Grenadiers. We're talking about like 4 or 5 Panzer Grenadiers followed up by teching. So we'll see what both players decide to do here. Very interesting though that the P player, if you look at the map right now, is actually opting to go on the left-hand side, which is very interesting. Usually the majority of P players, or what the meta is to put pressure on the right-hand side, since there are 2 field points in this area, and P has the advantage of being super aggressive in the early game. So very interesting that that player 277, is opting to push this side of the map. And this is actually probably going to catch Dexon off guard here, since this engineer is going to be caught in a crossfire pretty soon, now that the P player spotted this. Okay. Capping with Panzer Grenadiers, usually not advised. They have one of the slowest capping rates in the game. And we have a very fast tier 2 here. Very interesting. This is actually going to synergize very well because he's actually going to have exactly 240 manpower and the 20 fuel that he needs to go for the infantry half track. Engineers here, kind of in a bad spot to be honest. I think they should just, they definitely need to instantly retreat. Dexon could possibly lose the squad if he's not careful. Okay, rifleman coming in, but he sees the building with 5 windows. You definitely don't want to fight this, so Dexon's gonna back off. Meanwhile, Schwimmwagen is gonna try to capture the cutoff, but not gonna happen here with the rifle squad nearby. Infantry half-track's almost in production. Meanwhile, Dexon could possibly be making a jeep right now. Nope, he opted for another rifle squad. Okay. Cutoff is being taken right now. Dexon's going to find himself a bit of a tricky spot. He's going to have no resource income once these 2 strategic points get taken. To make matters worse, there's now an infantry half-track that's going to come to this point and just continuously reinforce these grenadiers, or Panzer Grenadiers, I might add. Dexon's going to make his push here, but if you look at the tactical map, the infantry half-track is coming in, and if the P player pushes these rifles, they're going to get suppressed and they won't be able to fire back pretty quickly. Yeah, this is a lost fight. Another rifle squad in production here. P player in a very good spot right now. All he has to do is just sit here, and he's going to be in a super dominant position. Now he sees this point's being captured because it was flashing. He's going to harass it. Forces the retreat, which is fine. Dexon right now, be worried that this half-track comes in his base, but he's going to make a U-turn. He's not going to commit to it. This will give Dexon now the opportunity to recapture the strategic point, and he'll regain all these resources. But the P player, the infantry half-track, is coming in. He's going to keep pushing, and he might even reset the cap with the Schwimmwagen. Oh, he's planning a mine. Oh, it's an incendiary trap. Okay, so this guy went scorched earth. Oh no. Gets the cutoff, but he's gonna lose a half-track because of it. Not worth here. This could have easily been avoided. Dexon right now in a pretty good spot. I think he has enough firepower He's going to have enough firepower really soon to push this half-track off the cutoff. He's going to be in a great spot. If we look at the tactical map also, the engineer squad that retreated earlier is now going for his fuel in the top left corner. This, however, is not a good place. I know it's green cover, but going out of cover for those few seconds, just losing too many soldiers, needs to pull back here. Possibly lose his squad if he sticks here. Currency on the half track. Actually focusing on getting the cutoff. It's going to cost him quite a bit of manpower to do this though. PE player, not the best situation to be in, but he's definitely, I think he's in a much better one compared to Dexon right now. Engineers down south get caught by the 3rd Infantry half-track. This is the 3rd Infantry half-track now, since the 2nd one died earlier. And if I were the PE player, I think now's the time to tech, you know, get some tech up. It's time to get ACs and end this game. Defensive vet, okay. Not a bad idea here, but usually engineer squad could go down here. And the player's not chasing, he's backing up. Okay, good. Gets the wipe. Very nice. However here, these riflemen are all going to push at the same time. Advanced repairs, this is pretty crucial to be honest. If you're going to play vehicles in the early game like this, and not go Luftwaffe ground forces, you're definitely going to need to compensate with advanced repairs. So the P player has kind of really severely stalled his teching because of his play style, which is, you know, using a bunch of half tracks. It's not wrong, but I would say he's kind of throwing his tech advantage right now. His Dexon has 83. Not ideal, right? He's still cut off, but the army composition is, well, slightly favored in the Panzer Elite player, but I don't just... He's gonna get cut off now by all these riflemen. So he's gonna have to bring all his half tracks back together, because right now he's just far too split up. He's going for the cutoff, but there's a incendiary trap here. Luckily the squad jumps out. Dexon though hasn't noticed it. You do not get a notification in the top left of your screen when you hit one of these traps, so it makes it very, very strong when there's a lot of engagements going off at once. Half track has now come back. Could see a push here. Missed opportunity. Could have pushed the rifle squad. Trap gets set off. Dexon walk forward. That's the best way to avoid booby traps, is to walk forward, not backing off. Now the half track comes in, reinforces the grenadiers fighting in this area. Dexon just attempting to desperately just, you know, distract the PE player from the looks of it, just to get him to spread out his troops, but I just don't think it's paying off. He's losing so much manpower. Surprisingly still, he's another grenadier squad, but I'm surprised that we're not seeing, you know, maybe a P4, ACs, just to really just shut this game out entirely. Kind of feels like he's toying around with Dexon at the moment. Another booby trap's going in, so he's not going for the Hummels first. He's actually going on the left-hand side of Scorched Earth. He's opting for booby traps instead of roadblocks. Dexon has heals, but if I were Dexon, I'd be worried about a P4 or an armored car right now. So he's going to get a supply yard up, which is good. Still has 2 CPs. He hasn't committed to a doctrine yet. We'll have to see what he goes. In this situation, I think Rangers, maybe Airborne would be ideal. Booby trap gets dodged. Fortunately, Jonathan gets caught in it. He'll go down. Half-track's coming back up north.
Observation posts report we are losing a sector.
Tier 4 now. Okay. Maybe we're gonna see a P4. Getting stuck on the tree trunks. It's gonna take a lot of damage here, but I don't think it's gonna go down. Plus, with the advanced repairs that the P player has, he'll easily be able to bring this back to full HP. Wow, very fast suppression there from both half-tracks. Got sticky bombs being researched. Kind of ballsy to do this considering you're only getting 10 ammo per minute. But it's gonna pay off here. I don't think the P player is gonna be expecting this at all. Sticky bomb's been unlocked, but he still hasn't thrown in it yet. I think he's afraid. Dexon here was afraid that if he threw a sticky bomb and didn't get the wipe here on one of these half tracks, the P player would just instantly repair them, which I honestly think is the good call here. Dexon made the right call by not throwing that sticky bomb. Because obviously if you throw a sticky bomb on this and it survives, you know, the P player is now going to be aware of your sticky bomb tech, and he's going to keep backing up the half tracks. So you kind of want to have the upper hand here. You have a big push here from multiple angles, and the half track is going to get stickied here because Dexon didn't reveal it. I guess he's not going to sticky it? Okay, that's weird. Very late sticky though. Squad could go down here. Might go down, negative cover. At 1 G43.
Enemy unit.
Half track goes down, but manpower wise, this is not looking good for Dexon. There's no map control. Both half tracks do go down. What the hell? Dexon now gets a bit more breathing room, but unfortunately for him, Panzer IV is in production, and he has no hardcore to deal with this. Sticky bombs, he doesn't even have enough to finish off a Panzer IV, so let's see how he gets himself out of this one. Probably Rangers are gonna save him here. Yeah, on the rifles, okay, that's pretty good. Pretty equal right now, but now that the P4 is out, obviously the P player is in a much better position. Machine gun upgrade first, okay. I honestly get the armored skirts first, then the machine gun, but I guess it really doesn't matter. Because by the time the P4 is going to get to the battlefield, they'll have all the upgrades. Dexon sees this.
Der Feind nimmt unser Territorium ein.
Rifles, I think they're going to be pushed back here. It's definitely going to be pushed back now with the Panzer IV coming in. That 2 on the rifleman though. Shit. Uh-oh. Just coming in the base. We got 500 manpower over here. It's Dexon's response. He's gonna go. He can't really make a mortar pool. Oh wait, that's the P player. Sorry. Rifle squad could go down here. The Vet 2 G43s are no joke. Luckily he makes it out. Another booby trap gets triggered up north. Dexon dodges that one. Well done on his part.
Paratroop unit is ready to make their drop.
Airborne. Okay, this is gonna be really tricky to pull off.
AT
Oh,
drop
because he
asking
now has
for
the AT gun parent drop. Never mind, I take that back. Alright, this is actually the right call here. $150 manpower though for an AT gun is extremely expensive. And there is quite a lot of infantry on the field for the PE player as well, especially this squad with 24 kills. This is by far the biggest threat, I think, in PE arsenal. P4, I think, is going to get zoned out pretty easily by the AT gun and the sticky bombs. PE players should hear this now. There's been something that was para-dropped.
losing ground out there.
Trap on the PE, get dodged. Trap on the fuel, he'll walk forward. There we go, well done. Oh, the AT gun though, it's not in position. The Panzer IV is going to get sticky on the rear. This should actually do more damage, and I'm pretty sure it's going to get a damaged engine. Yep, there we go.
Losing ground out there.
Definitely. Speaking, incendiary trap right here as well. Completely out of position. These guys need to pull out like right away. What are half track? Okay. This is the right call here, and Motor half track is perfectly fine. You know, the AT gun is spotted. That is the hard counter that PE have for AT guns in this game, so that's definitely the right choice. .43s should win. They definitely will win against these riflemen bed 2 in the house as well. That's extremely strong. Meanwhile, right hand side, booby trap gets triggered. In the middle, VP gets triggered, and along with the cutoff, a lot of booby traps just went off there. Forward HQ, okay. That's interesting. Oh. Bryn's in the house though. Just be really careful. A lot of manpower flow here from the PE player. Now's the time to go, you know, tier 3 and tier 4, get increased squad sizes, make those Panzer Grenadiers even better. You know your opponent's gone airborne as well, so you should actually be going for Group Zeal right now, because strafes are extremely strong against Panzer Elite, especially towards Panzer Grenadiers. Kettenkrat's gonna get completely, oh, the Schwimmwagen's gonna get completely isolated, and it'll go down. See if Dexon destroys the Rex as well. Oh, doesn't look like he's gonna do it. The booby trap with an incendiary trap to top it off with. The booby trap gets triggered as well. Dexon here is doing a good job of dodging the booby traps. Because the ones planted by Panzer Grenadiers, they detonate much faster compared to the one planted by the Kettenkrat. Alright, Dexon does destroy the Rex, very nice. This should always be a habit for allied players. PE can revive their vehicles with the Brigadier, and obviously Wehrmacht can salvage the Rex and gain ammo for free out of them. So always destroy the Rex. Oh, the G43 could go down here. This would be a huge loss for the PE player. Dexon's still not out of the game. He's not in not an ideal spot, but he's still stable because he has this AT gun. And this Vet 2 G43 is going to do a great job of decrewing the weapon. So we have tier 4 now. Very nice. Group Zeal, this is perfect. This is literally textbook PE play right here. Veteran Sergeant, okay, this is fine. But I honestly think I'd rather see increased squad sizes instead of the Veteran Sergeant at this point. Panzer IV is very passive. Oh, sector already. There it goes. Luckily, only kills one engineer. P4, I honestly feel is just too passive. The main advantage of the Panzer IV is that it's actually very tanky vehicle compared to all the other vehicles that Panzer Elite have. Has a lot of HP, it has decent armor. You know, if you're gonna play a unit and only get 4 kills with it, you might as well just go for the armored car. Armored car is more mobile. Alright. 26 kills on the G43. They're gonna hit Vet 3 pretty soon. This is gonna be a nightmare for Dexon to deal with. Meanwhile, Dexon floating 700 manpower, which is it's crazy. Completely absurd. Should be floating this much. We have a supply yard upgrade 1, so it's getting slightly more manpower per minute. Engineer is in a pretty bad spot. AT gun is completely out of position. There's no mines, there's absolutely nothing. If he brings his P4 here and locks it down, he's going to be able to get the decro on this AT gun easily. Missed opportunity here from the PE player. I would have definitely... Yeah, very big missed opportunity. Take damage for no reason. It's a shame. Alright, meanwhile, right hand side, 2 PGs are gonna have to hold out against 2 riflemen. Nice, we have the increased squad size. I like it. I think this is the correct play here. Sure, I want to capture this point. No more than half checks right on the other side of the hedgerow. Oh, but wait a minute. We have an AT gun getting in position. And 277 is not going to notice this. It's going to be too late. Half track goes down. Very nice, very well placed AT gun here by Dexon. That's a pretty big loss there for the PE player. 40 fuel. Use of the slow ability, although I really don't think it was necessary. There's no way these engineers are going to win this fight. Vet 3 G43s now. Very nice. Dexon, with the manpower he was floating with, is going to call the other AT gun, but this AT gun's going to go down. He just needs to drive forward. Nice, drive forward. Oh, the P4 is dead. Yeah, sticky bomb on the rear of the tank pretty much always guarantees an engine damage. Back up behind the hedgerow. Just needs to keep backing up, but I think the stickies are going to finish him off. That's 14 down, I think. Head 2 on the rifles. Huge loss. Pretty big misplay here by the P player. If he drove forward, he could have easily decrewed this AT gun, isolate the rifleman with the veteran, with the 2 PG squads that he had over here, and he also had another PG squad over here. Big misplay. Dexon, I think, is actually... He's gonna start making a comeback now, simply because he's got veterancy for all of his rifles, practically. Our PE player has Vet 2 defensive vet, still doesn't have G4, he doesn't have the STGs though. Sector already on the cutoff, that's actually pretty brutal. Okay. That's gonna stop Dexon from coming out of his base for like the next 2 minutes. More booby traps. Okay. E player is probably now he's definitely gonna go for Panthers. He's gonna go for Panther battle group. He's unlocked the Panzer IV already because he made one. He's now unlocked the Panzer Shrek. He's going to be able to unlock the Martyr 3s very soon. Just be careful, Dexon. It's part of the road. Yep. Don't forget, that cutoff does extend all the way to the call-in area. I'm surprised Dexon didn't see this one coming. Perhaps he was misled by this weird white line here. These PGs need to get out. They're not going to stand a chance against 2 rifle squads, especially one that's Vet 2. It's unnecessary manpower damage, and you're giving off Vet for no reason. Just pull out instantly. Okay. Looks like he's going to go for Panthers, and I honestly do not... There's no point of going for Panthers. If you play against Airborne, If you play against US and you're in a dominant position like
Männer,
this,
wir müssen den
I'll
feindlichen
lock
Vorstoß
Panthers,
auf
but just
unsere
keep them on
Truppen stoppen.
standby. I would not go ahead and instantly spawn them in. Especially for this PE player, his vehicle micro is very questionable, and I think this might actually lose him the game if he decides to commit with Panthers. This is only one AT gun on the field. There's still one decruit over here, but right now the Panzer Grenadiers doing a pretty good job of taking on the Vet 2 rifles, but they're all alone. Again, needs to get out now. It's just too much. Ah, there we go. Finally, we got MP44s or STG44s upgraded on the Vet 2 defensive. Panzer Grenadier squad, very nice. Another mortar half track. I'm not sure what the point of this is. Honestly, there's just no point at all. Sector already on the strategic point again. It's gonna force the retreat on all these riflemen. Just gonna have to bail out. Dexon though, kind of in the dangerous spot in terms of VPs. He's halfway down. He's also opted to put an observation post on the ammo, which honestly isn't a bad idea. Once the Panthers hit the field, he's definitely going to want to call in some airborne and give them recoilless rifles. Or I'm surprised he hasn't taken the AT gun though. This is very odd.
Observation posts report we are losing a sector.
Rifles. Oh, a lot of damage there. Half the HP bar just got taken out.
Supply lines are broken.
MP44s, but firing from max range, they're going to do very little damage. And there's a bunch of reinforcements coming in. Panzer Grenadiers completely out of position on this side. Meanwhile, left-hand side, we have two Panzer Grenadiers capping the map. Three Panzer Grenadiers capping the map on the left-hand side over here, instead of helping defend this push. He's probably going to lose his forward HQ. Panzer Grenadiers, no cover, throwing a grenade. There's no point. Oh, he's going to sprint out of there. Okay, he's got all the upgrades for his Grenadiers. Very bad idea. He's going to try to run to his forward HQ, but he's taking a lot of damage. He's not firing back because he's sprinting. Oh, but the mortar, though. Very nice hit. That's actually going to save him. Got 3 G43s. Wipe an engineer squad, but 30 cal is in position to intercept this. These Panzer Grenadiers are going to have to retreat. Panzer Grenadiers in no cover.
We're at 200 points.
Oh, not airborne. Supply drop crate again. That's where he got his machine gun, by the way, for those who are asking how he got this. Yeah, get a machine gun and a mortar for free. P players made a scout car, or as we called it, the 221. He's probably going to lock down the ammo, so we can keep spamming sector already. Rifleman in the flames. Holy smokes, that's a lot of damage for no reason. Yep.
Base is taking fire.
Scout car is going to lock this
Losing
down.
ground.
I'm getting 70 ammo per minute. That's a lot. Dexon though, sitting on a mountain of ammo. What the hell? Machine gun's gonna swing over. Defensive vet though does make it a slightly harder to suppress infantry, and I actually think it might have saved these two squads from being suppressed there. While the G43 squad has to pull back. Oh, it's right there. Never mind. I lied. Yeah, situation like this, just put your infantry behind the building. There's no point at all to stand in no cover and just, you know, give off veterancy and bleed yourself in manpower. We now have 1,000 manpower for Panthers. Surprisingly, I think he's actually going to keep them on standby. Okay, this is good. No point to call these in yet. I don't think that's necessary. Oh, the sprint. Very well done here. He's going to flank everything. Very well done. Nice. However, he's standing in negative cover, and he's going to be forced to retreat immediately. Grenade goes in, gets dodged. double grenade there. Okay. Now the riflemen are standing in no cover. Oh, he's running away. Shepard's in middle. Gets dodged pretty easily by Dexon. I don't know why he's pulling back though. He's full HP. He should be just camping over here. At 3 as P-44's grenade goes in. Oh, lots of damage. But force the retreat. Uh-oh, he's gonna get bugged here. Yep, this squad's gonna go down for sure. Yep. That's actually a very huge loss. Oh, that's really bad. What happened there was there's a small bug in Company of Heroes 1 where if you tell Panzer Grenadiers to put a booby trap and then you cancel the order as they place it, they're gonna be unresponsive for about 5 to 7 seconds. And that's what happened there. He was planning the booby trap, he backed off, but he couldn't retreat because the game won't allow you to retreat for the next 7 seconds. It's probably gonna happen here again. He's gonna get it in now and retreat. Meanwhile, down south, Airborne are trying to capture the VP. At Dexon at 51 right now. He's definitely in the danger zone. Grenade goes in. Oh, that could have been a hell of a lot worse for 277. 0.5k manpower float here. B player, like, do something. That's way too much. Way too much float now. Get some armored cars. And he's gonna move. Here's a really bad spot. They're probably gonna go down here. 2 Vet 2 rifle squads. I'm pretty sure these guys are gonna get killed. Negative cover as well. Oh. This rifle has pretty bad accuracy against vehicles, against light vehicles, but they're really good against tanks though. Although this is just absurd right now. Right, Panther battle group's been called in. Oh, the Airborne are getting crushed right now. As you can see though, they're doing steady penetration against the Panther. Panther's already almost at half HP. But the Airborne could go down here. It's not careful. Now would be a good time to get the Hummel or maybe a mortar half track. Panther's taking a lot of damage from the AT gun. Meanwhile, Vet 2 BARs going up against Vet 2 infantry. No MP44s or G43s. This is just irritating me to see. You know, mainline infantry with no weapon upgrades. Panthers are blocking each other, so they're gonna take a lot of damage from this one AT gun. Another grenade's going in. Don't think it's gonna be dodged. 277 is really struggling with his micro this game, big time. Half track's also gonna go down. And it has offensive vet, which is absolutely useless on the mortar half track. Panther rolling by, recoilless rifle. Oh my god. What's happening? Okay, 3 riflemen, there we go. We reached Terminator status. He's immobilized. T-gun goes down, but Dexon hasn't noticed that the Panther's been immobilized. He's going for the MP44s instead. Well, back in base, we have Veteran C on this Panzer Grenadier squad. We still have no weapon upgrades, and I don't know why. We have the ammo for it, but it looks like he wants to save it for the sector
Wir
artillery.
verlieren an Boden.
Yep, called it. Yep. That one on the rifleman. No, we're capturing this. No point in capturing this at all. Just get out of there. I think 277 right now is just under pressure. I think Dexon definitely has the stronger army comp at the moment. And now the Panther's been spotted. It's immobilized. It's gonna go down. Oh my god, Fat 2 right off the bat. 1000 manpower for the B player.
Unsere Einheiten dienen mit Panzerhaubitzen verstärken.
Dodged. Landing. No damage on the rifle squad. Dexon there getting kind of lucky. 277 right now in a really dire situation. He has the VP still, so he can extend this game out, but he's really not looking good right now. A lot of infantry without weapon upgrades, and the US player,
Der Feind
Dexon, just has veterancy across the board right now. See right now, Dexon actually has a machine gun on each VP. He's in a really brutal situation, but yeah, I think he'll hold out long enough. Just needs to recruit his AT guns. He still hasn't recruited his first AT gun. Oh no, that's gonna get stickied. Luckily the AT guns aren't manned and the airborne are nearby, so this Panther can escape. Sprint, very bad idea. Almost answered here. Sector already used on the top right corner, but I really think these are being wasted right now because 277 is losing map control pretty steadily, and he's gonna find himself very small munitions income. He won't be able to push out the US player.
Panzerhaubitzen sind eingetroffen, bereit für den Einsatz.
It's firing. Let's see where it lands. Right near the airborne, but if fire up, they're easily gonna make it out of there. Big kill.
Kampfgruppe leer. Der Feind ist dabei, eines unserer Munitionslager zu erobern.
277 is just feeding a bunch of veterans right now. The squad's definitely gonna go down. Oh, Dexon doesn't go for the wipe. He turns around. Missed opportunity there. Defensive bed plus the heals. He's backing out. The suppression ability from the BAR will allow Dexon to win this engagement. Panzer Grenadiers.
Einheit ausgefallen.
That's too many losses right now. Oh my god. There goes another Grenadier squad. Panzer Grenadier goes down. Hummel
Feind nimmt unser
is
Territorium
gonna
ein.
get sticky through the hedgerow here.
Der Stützpunkt liegt unter Beschuss.
What the engine gun? Very lucky indeed. It's gonna be Hummel. really paying off this game. Only one kill. This is the third barrage. Oh, there's an AT gun. I don't think he's noticed. Oh, okay, he has noticed. Oh, is he gonna be able to save it in time? I don't think so. Oh, just in time. Holy.
Unsere Nachschubwege wurden unterbrochen. Ein Sektor ist vom Nachschub abgeschnitten.
What is that? Oh, Jesus. I figured something like this would happen. I saw the plane fly on the map, so Dexon just called in his recon run. Finished it off with the bombing run. Very well played. Dexon's gonna bait him into 30 cal. This is the easiest bait I've ever seen. The army value is just... And why is... Okay, another P player is getting Assault Grenadiers despite floating 250 munitions. These guys are 360 manpower. Regular Panzer Grenadiers are only 255. You can then get the MP44 upgrade for 75 ammo. He has more than enough ammo, but he's too busy wasting it on this fuel point. This is just... There's no point in doing this. Dexon is just constantly dropping the resource thing. The resource supply drops as soon as it's available. There's no point to deny him this fuel point at all. It's useless. Unvetted MP44s are definitely not going to be able to stand up against vetted riflemen. And 277, instead of holding his ground and returning fire, keeps running past the infantry. So as you can see here, half the squad, when you're like running back from an enemy engagement, your guys like rarely they basically don't fire back at them. So you're not dealing any damage. You're taking a bunch of damage here. Again, he's doing it again, as you can see. Like there's one guy that's gonna turn back. The rest of the squad though is just moving away. No cover. He's gonna get absolutely demolished. Needs to retreat. The Hummel landing.
The enemy is down to 300 points.
Get the VP. Sprinting right over to it. And the airborne are following up with the heroic charge. Or the... It's not called heroic charge, it's called fire up ability. The grenade's gonna get dodged. Okay, finally, 277. I think he's learned his lesson about grenades. He's gonna run away from it. Panther gets a good sniper on the airborne squad. Now the 30 cal's gonna set up though, so... Scout car was never repaired, so it's gonna go down to the Vet 2 rifles. Sticky goes in just for safe measure. Destroyed engine.
Enemy unit down. Using munition sight.
Oh, did you just switch the point? He did. Okay. This is actually not a bad idea. Okay, actually, this is actually very winnable for the PE player. But he's just, I don't know what he's doing with his like micro. Like, where is he going here? This Panther's dead now. Yep, that's a dead Panther. Sector already kills half the airborne squad. Gets Vet 2. Airborne could potentially go down here with Ren's nearby it. And the sector already just killed his own Panther. Oh, that's really bad. That's really bad. he could win this. If he actually scorches this point, he's gonna do it. Okay, this is what I mean. This is actually very doable. If he can time his Hummel barrage
Der Feind
on
hat
the
nur noch
top,
25
and he can
Punkte.
continuously drain 1 VP every 3 seconds, he could win this game. And Dexon doesn't seem to realize what danger he's in right now, or I don't think he's realized it. But he really needs to full-on aggro push this point if he wants to stay in the game. He's gonna do that. Unvetted MP44s, they're gonna win at point-blank range here. Dexon has just realized the gravity of the situation. He's now bringing his entire army to the VP on the left-hand side.
Feindliche Einheit ausgelöscht.
He's getting more assault grenadiers, but honestly, an armored car would be so much better right now.
Die Yankees verzeichnen
5
Bodengewinne.
VPs. This is big-time danger zone. The booby traps are stopping. Cap. Seconds. It's got 8 VPs. Got 3 rifles. Pull out. Let's see what goes in. Dexon should be really careful here. 277, with the amount of firepower he has, he could easily wipe this squad if he gets his body block right and everything. Oh, that's a bombing run. 277 hasn't noticed. Oh my god. Oh man, this is a super close game. It's gonna go on for a little bit because there's only 1 point here that the Hummel can contest since there's only 1 left. I think he's gonna go for the middle. Nope, he's going for the one all the way up top. Oh, he killed the guy repairing it, so it resets the repair. Strafing run just went in. But it's all this. Oh, the machine gun in the building. This is actually really good here. 277 gets the cap. Oh my god. Actually needs to neutralize it ASAP. Activate sprints maybe, get at point blank range. Prepared, tapped, down to 3 VPs. Anyone's game, even though the army composition is completely in Dexon's favor. 277 though, only needs to hold on to 1 VP and scorch 2 others, and he has this game in the bag. And here he's going to try to flank the machine gun from the looks of it. Nope, he's going to run straight into it. While Dexon, 416 fuel, he's got level 2 supply yards, so he's getting a steady, manpower income. Hummel on the machine gun goes down. But the P player is gonna make a desperate attempt to get the middle. It's just out of the question. He should just focus on the left-hand side and then creep up the middle, not divide his forces like this. Or nearly goes down to the MP44s. It's gonna land on the machine gun, I reckon. Machine gun's gonna get remanned. Where are the armored cars? This is what this guy needs. All he needs is an armored car. Like 2 armored cars and he would have this game. Or just Panthers and properly micro them. Because he needs to use vehicles. He's in no position to use all this infantry that has no vet, with the exception of that one MP44 squad that he has. But I mean, there's just constant vetted riflemen coming over here. And if he keeps using Panzer Grenadiers like this, he's never going to be able to secure this point.
Unsere Munitionslager werden angegriffen.
Grenades going in, yep.
Wir haben nur noch 200 Punkte.
Very nice. Oh, why is he hummeling this? Why would you hummel a rifle squad capturing? There's no point. Oh no. This is a bad idea. Very, very, very bad idea. Oh, this squad's gonna go down. I'm calling it. Yeah, this is definitely going down. There's no way. He's gonna retreat in front of the machine gun. Incendiary grenade, useless. Yeah, there goes the.
Wir haben eine Einheit verloren.
Oh, this is such a throw. Safe. But it's too late. All these poreless rifles on the field. Getting more. Just getting more assault grenadiers. Jesus. Dexon right now, surprisingly, just living off tier 1, the supply yard, the heals, and the constant supply drops. That's just, I've never seen that. Especially into a game. We're currently 51 minutes and 40 seconds into the game. Hummel is just not going for the right targets. All he needs to do is secure VPs. All he had to do was save the Hummel for the machine guns. There's a lot of mistakes that the PE player made this game, no doubt about it. Took the machine gun, but it's in a pretty awful spot. Three rifles, they're gonna win this engagement, especially at this range. Yep. Grenade's gonna go in, no point, he's just gonna move. Just be careful of his ammo income, because he's only getting 37. Although I think this game is over for the PE player. Let's see. Oh my god, it's still the AT gun that was here from when it got decrewed by the Hummel. We got another Hummel now. Barraging, rifle, okay. 44 is in no cover against vetted riflemen. It's not gonna end well for them. Pulls the gap, but it's too late. Squad's gonna go down, I reckon. Yep. Defensive vet on the Hummel, again, that's really useless. You want to give that vehicle defensive vet, since it doesn't gain any extra damage or accuracy. This could be a good shot. Nope. It's gonna miss. Rifles, pretty bad spot right now, not gonna lie. The 3 rifles are gonna go inside the building. They are easily gonna destroy the squad. Cinder will force them out. Tier 3 goes down for the PE player, so he can't get any more assault grenadiers. Grenade over the hedgerow, very nice. This almost dead.
Panzer ausgefallen. Unser Stützpunkt wird angegriffen. Wir verlieren einen Sektor.
Bombing run. I get dodged, but
Unsere Nachschubwege wurden unterbrochen.
oh, there's now a sniper out. Oh god. I'm surprised Dexon didn't get snipers out sooner. Again, why would you barrage an engineer squad? It's just a waste. Right now the mid VP is completely exposed. No. You're gonna get flanked easily. P player is still floating. Okay, he's not floating as much. Got another Hummel.
Wir verlieren einen Sektor.
Oh, he's sprinting towards the sniper. Dexon hasn't noticed. Oh no, but he's sprinting as he's running with the sniper, so he can't actually shoot while he sprints. Ah, there we go.
Der Stützpunkt wird beschossen. Eine feindliche
Not worth it though. That was not worth it. You traded a 360 manpower squad for a 340 manpower sniper, so it's not worth. Bombing run. It's gonna set up. It's probably gonna get killed now.
unseren Stützpunkt an.
Wir sind in Bereitschaft. Wir sind immer noch da.
Sprechen Sie! Abgeschlossen! Kraftstätte vergrößern! Feuer erwidert!
Melde Geländeverluste.
Rifles. Against unvetted Panzer Grenadiers.
50 Punkte. Wenn wir nicht
This
mehr
just shows you the power of
erobern, werden wir
veterancy,
untergehen.
especially in the USA Panzer Elite matchup. As soon as the PE player lost his 2 Vet 3 infantry units, he's just been collapsing this entire game.
Unsere Kameraden haben für Deutschland ihr Leben gelassen.
He's just gonna walk up to it and throw a grenade. Or just deep through it, because you know, Vet 3.
Herrüben. Der Feind rückt vor.
Be on the cutoff again.
Kampfgruppe leer. Der Feind ist dabei, eines unserer Munitionslager zu erobern.
And I think Dexon's just gonna walk in and quickly snipe this Hummel. It's half HP, so
Stützpunkt liegt unter Beschuss.
if we recall his rifles, I think we'll just kill it instantly. Especially from the Vet 3 one. Right, he's moving it now, but without the defensive vet movement buff that you get, this thing is very slow. Oh, he's gonna go for the flak guns.
Wir haben nur noch 25 Punkte.
And yeah, because these guys are so vetted, you can just tank it. He's gonna use the Hummel, but nope. Fire up. He's gonna dodge it easily. Out the middle, desperate attempt to get your flanking machine gun, but that squad is now dead. Just disappeared, as you can see.
Sie sind in unserem Bereich. Unser Stützpunkt wird angegriffen.
Conceded defeat. And what a turn of events, right? The map was literally similar to this for the American player. But luckily for Dexon, the P player did some very, very big questionable plays and teching decisions. Actually, the teching wasn't too bad, but his infantry play, though, very, very, very. It was quite poor, to be honest. It was very poor. Got hit too many times by grenades. Lack of weapon upgrades on mainline infantry. That's also another big problem. Uh, if you want to compete with BARs, you need to get a weapon upgrade. You can't just go ahead and get 4-man squad sizes and put veterancy on them. They need a weapon. Either give them the G43 or the STG or the MP44. You have to like give them a specific role, and um the fact of the matter is Panzer League veterancy is better than US one. So all the P player really had to do with this game was just properly keep his infantry alive, and he would have been in a much better position. And floating 1,000 manpower, that's just a big no-no. If you have 1,000 manpower, you basically you spend it on Panthers. Don't hoard it. The guy 277 farmed up 200. No, he farmed up 1,500 manpower, and that is just way too much. Absolutely way too much. He could have had, like double ACs. He could have had another Panzer IV. And unfortunately, he gave Dexon way too much breathing room, and he was able to make a comeback. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this game. I thought it was pretty interesting how, Dexon made it back with 3 VP, with 3 VPs remaining, especially against Scorched Earth and Sector Artillery and the Hummels. And it was pretty interesting. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed.